Owain Glyndwr was the last native-born Welshman to bear the title Prince of Wales and was famous for his Glyndwr uprising between the years 1400 and 1412. He was born around the year 1354 in Glyn, and his name translates to Owain of the Glen of the Water of the Dee, which is taken from Glyn, the place where he's from. He was proclaimed Prince of Wales by his supporters and can claim distant lineage from the royal families of previous Welsh kingdoms such as Powys, Deheubarth and Gwynedd, with such relations as Llywelyn the Great and Rhodri Mawr. Wales at the time had been occupied by England for a century. Edward I of England had conquered Wales in 1282. He had cemented his rule by building castles and fortified towns around Wales, though many Welsh folk resented this occupation. These towns were walled communities built to suppress the Welsh, with places such as Conwy being important English outposts. By 1400, and with Owain accepting the title of Prince of Wales, this led him into direct opposition to the English king Henry IV. Henry was on his way to Scotland when news spread that Owain had been proclaimed Prince of Wales. However, Henry took some time to mobilise his army back to Wales, giving Owain time to attack the English strongholds in North Wales. Initially, Rhuddlan was attacked, with Owain and his supporters disguising themselves to gain entry into the fortified town. In what was to become known as the September Rampage, Owain would take 7 other Welsh towns. By the end of September, some 2 weeks after the initial attacks, Henry IV eventually reached Wales. To his surprise, Glyndwr and his men were nowhere to be seen. Owain had his men melt into the mountains where they would feel safe, knowing that the larger English army would not attempt to go up. Guerrilla tactics such as this would play a huge role in Owain's campaign. On the 22nd of June 1402, Glyndwr gained possibly his biggest victory against the English at the Battle of Brynglas Hill, with the Welsh heavily outnumbered, probably 2-1. Over 1,000 Englishmen were dead, with minimal Welsh losses. It is believed by Gideon Brough, author of Glyndwr's War, that many Welsh bowmen who were fighting for the English that day had defected over to the Welsh side on the days leading up to the battle, shooting their own bows on the English. Now this battle would provide a powerful captive, Edmund Mortimer of the Mortimer family. As it happened, Glyndwr and Mortimer already knew each other, with both likely being stationed in Hereford in their youth. With the English not wanting to pay a ransom, Owain made use of his friendship with Mortimer and had him marry his daughter, a very useful alliance from a wealthy family with royal blood. There were many who were doubtful over Henry being king, so looked to the Mortimer family as a natural successor. With the Mortimers being a rival of Henry, this only strengthened Owain's campaign. The Purtees of Northumberland were also a powerful English family that defected to Owain's cause. Henry Hotspur Percy was loyal to King Richard II. He also detested the current King Henry IV. This partnership between Glyndwr, Mortimer and Percy would plan for them to carve up England and Wales with 3 rulers. This would be known as the tripartite indenture. Hotspur was a rash individual who, rather than waiting for the 2 other armies to reinforce him, decided to seek out battle with the king on the outskirts of Shrewsbury. This was one of the bloodiest battles of the time, with over 10,000 men killed. This was also a turning point for King Henry, who resorted to holding castles and cutting Welsh supply lines. Meanwhile, Glyndwr went south and took Cardiff and burned Usk, with his greatest achievement taking Harlech Castle. Castle designed to keep the Welsh out. This was made into Owain's headquarters, and soon he would hold the first ever Welsh Parliament at Machynlleth. He also imposed popular Welsh laws from the legendary Hywel Dda. Owain had planned to have universities and a traditional Welsh education system, something we would not see in Wales for another 600 years. He certainly appeared to be a man before his time. King Charles of France had also lent support to Owain and his allies by shipping over French soldiers to Pembroke. Unfortunately, by 1406, mainly down to increased pressure in France and the state of Charles's mental health, France was no longer able to support Wales. By 1407, Owain's power started to wither. The harassment of Welsh settlements and the cutting of supplies meant that many of the towns that Owain had captured were reconquered by the English. In 1409, Aberystwyth Castle fell to the English, and later on Harlech Castle would also fall, a massive blow for Glyndwr. Many of Glyndwr's family were captured at Harlech, with Mortimer also being killed. However, Glyndwr and his son were able to escape before the siege began. It was at this time that an aging Glyndwr, who was now in his 50s, who was used to living in the open country outdoors, would start to vanish from the history books. The rebellion continued for a few years, but in a lesser capacity, with more men leaving the cause and his followers diminishing. Nobody knows for certain when or where he died, although it is suspected he died somewhere near the Welsh border by the year 1415. Thank you for watching the video. I want to say a massive thank you to all my patrons and all my sponsors on YouTube Gaming. They're currently on the screen right now. For more information, check out all the links in my description and check out the links on the screen as well.